Hey guys, this is me, and we're looking at a Demon Souls build. This is the Cursed Cleaver build. Now we are starting Souls Strength builds. This is a build for either players that are new to Demon Souls, that want to look for a heavy hitting strength build, or you've played the game, but this is your first time trying a strength build. So we're going to go over all the equipment, how to get it, and all the recommended stats for a new player. Okay. Let's get into it. So our equipment right here, yes, we have a crushing great axe, and it is +5. Now it is going to be a crushing weapon, so it's going to require gray stones, which often gets kind of annoying if you're a new player, because you have to farm for that second pure gray. You have to farm for 2 pure gray stones, which is a nightmare for new players. There are some easy ways to obtain these reinforcement materials, especially since the great axe is one of the 2 weapons that requires the most reinforcement materials out of literally any weapon in the game. Like, yeah, this mail breaker doesn't require it doesn't require anything, but the crushing great axe, or the great axe and the great sword, aka this Y-hander, they just require so much reinforcement materials, it feels like it's not your time. You can also use the dragon bone smasher,
Hello again. I'm
but I
keeping a
recommend
close
not
watch.
to, because it just weighs a lot more. And this build is just meant to be able to wear any armor you want. Like, see, I can't even put it into my inventory because it's really heavy. It was like 20 units compared to the Great
Do you
Axe
have a
where it was
heart?
10, but that's alright. Now, as you can see on our offhand, we have a Talisman of Beasts. Now, if you're new to the Talisman of Beasts, you're just gonna want to not wield it. So, it requires 18 magic and faith, but the reason why I don't have any magic or faith, yes, if you don't know how this works, I'm explaining this. It will upgrade some spells, like Curse Weapon, right here. It usually does 1% HP loss to 1 HP loss, helping a lot, so it doesn't get you killed during a fight, especially with that 50% damage boost. You already get insane damage with a Crushing Great Axe, +5, and we two-hand it. We have 409 AR, but we get even more with Curse Weapon and like that. So yeah. The armor, I'm wearing a fluted set, because why not? You're starting as the Knight class. You can also start as the Barbarian, but I just felt like it was a little too boring for a beginner. Naked. The Knight was just cooler because he started at a lower level, level 4 compared to level 9. But yeah, that's pretty much why we have the fluted set right in here. You can also wear the binded set if you manage to get pure white world tendency in the Gates of Boletaria, which means you just kill the first 3 bosses. The Penetrator, which is the boss we need to kill to get his demon soul to make Curse Weapon. Now, if we used a regular catalyst, like the wooden catalyst, silver insanity catalyst, then it'd do like 1% HP. We don't want that, so we're just gonna go do 1 HP. Now, I would consider the binded set a little better than the fluted set, because one of these two get like almost the same defenses. The binded crosses gets a little bit less, and it's just way lighter than the fluted set, and it doesn't slow stamina regeneration, which is amazing because you always want that stamina regen with a heavy weapon, and that is not something you want to lose. But if you want to look fashionable, then you can just wear the fluted set, because why not? It's just the OG Knight set. If you are wearing the fluted set, I recommend the Ring of Great Strength so you can like wear the whole set. And the Cling Ring for, you're gonna be in soul form all the time. I recommend just not being in human form, because you'll die pretty much all the time. But like, yeah, there will be some instances where we will have to be in soul form for like the rest of it. And you'll definitely want the cling ring. But for curse weapons, there's two types of way you can play this. One, you can just have 15 intelligence, not the initial 18 to have 3 magic slots. And you can have the Ring of Magical Nature. And you can put your other points into Vitality or Endurance. And then you can manage perfectly fine. Or you can... But this is recommended for when level ups start to get tight. And it becomes harder to level up, requiring a lot more souls. So if you're into those cycles, then you can just have 15 intelligence to have 100 MP and the Ring of Magical Nature. Or you can just have 18 intelligence, because you'll mainly want the Cling Ring, because you'll always be in soul form for, like, most of the game. But, like, the Binded set, at 25 endurance, you don't need the Ring of Great Strength, so you can actually do this with both the Ring of Magical Nature and the Cling Ring with you. You can maintain that. I do recommend the Binded set a little more if you manage to get Pure White World Tendency and the Gates of Volataria, but mainly you'll be using the Fluted set, like just the OG Fluted set. Like, get it? Once you have defeated the Phalanx, you will want to head to the Stonefang Tunnel, which I'm actually at the second Artstone. You start at the Smithing Grounds. But, like, yeah, you will want to go through the area in soul form, however, because we will need Pure White World Tendency for a specific reason. Now, after every boss, you will be revived to human form, so once you kill the Phalanx, just go up the stairs in the Nexus after talking to the Monumental, and then kill yourself. You don't want to use the Stone of Imperial Eyes, of course, because we're going to be in soul form. But it shouldn't be that hard, because you have the Cling Ring. And also, don't mind about my black character tendency, because you don't want to go to black or pure black character tendency, which is kind of bad, because it lowers your health in soul form, and like, you know, sorry about that. Anyways, you just gonna want to go through here, pick up the valuable items. You will want to get the official's armor, gloves, and legs, which I will show you guys real quick. Honorable mention, by the way, be sure you have that mail breaker that you started with to kill these miners. I don't have it right now because I can already kill these guys in one hit, but they are very weak to piercing damage compared to just regular damage, but you can kill them in just a few hits, which are actually fast consecutive hits compared to slow British hits. So yeah, just be sure you have that mail breaker with you, or like a spear to take these guys out. The official that drops the gloves is past this bridge. You will want to be careful because this bridge will break, so be sure you step on this tiny wooden gap. You can see it between these gaps of planks. You can see a tiny wooden bridge. You will also be shooting fire, and if you try to dodge it, you may likely fall off the bridge. But since you don't have that kite shield, you can easily block it, because you don't take much damage when you block fire with the kite shield. Or you can simply run right past the official. So you kill this guy, and then you get the official gloves. I already have the gloves, so he's just gonna drop some full moon grass for you. So yeah. The official that drops the leggings is in here, but be careful since he will shoot these barrels that explode to fire. So be sure you let him break the barrels first, and then you can go in for the kill. And I already have the leggings as well. Chest piece is right down this railroad, and not the other mine. But be cautious about the mine carts. They explode when you get near them, so be sure to start running when you see them light up. Or just run all the time. And the chest piece is a guaranteed drop like the others. Get our weapon with the great axe. Yes, you'll have to be in the tunnel city, and you'll have to go in this same direction, only if it will require a lot more work. So be sure you follow my step. And it's official again. You'll have to get through all these rocks. Be sure that be aware that on the third pile of rocks there will be a scale miner. Be sure you watch out for that. Make sure you still brought your mail breaker, because this is the only miner that's in this. Once you get to this huge place, you'll want to. You can pick up this item. You want to run past these worms. There's a few greystone shards back here. You want to watch out for the worms. Drop down here. Yes, you will want to be in soul form, because you might often miss the jump and fall down this crack and die. But don't do it in human form like me, because you will die if you're new to this. Drop down here. There will be a greystone chunk. These materials will be perfect for our crushing infusion, because it will give us our strength scaling, like promised. Once you go up here, this corpse will have the great axe. The only real roadblock there is to making this build is, yes, for every build, killing the flame lurker. Very well the hardest boss in the game. He hits like a truck, his attacks are very hard to roll, and there's a few stuff about it. But there are some things that can make the fight a little bit easier. One, you can have a fire resistant shield, which I don't have one right now. The hoplite shield if you bought the digital deluxe edition. The purple flame shield you can get very early on. Or something like the heater shield or kite shield that you start with. But yeah, you'll have to block most of his attacks, and you'll need a fire resistant shield for this, not like the wooden shield or juggling shield. And to make it a little bit easier, you want some magic damage with you. Like, you can bring soul arrows since, why not? You can use it. Or if you plan to kill the Fool's Idol, you can get soul arrow, but I don't really recommend magic. But like, in real time, if you're not doing any of this and you just don't know how to kill the flame lurker, be sure you have a good fire resistance shield to block most of his attacks. And to make the fight easier, use some magic. There is a second way to kill him, and this is the cheese. So you will need a bow. You will have to trigger the cutscene, and then get to at least over here. I already killed the boss, but the fog wall should be over here. As soon as you hit X to enter the fog wall, aim your bow over here, and you should go through the wall. And this will stop the flame lurker's aggro, and you can just go in for a free kill. However, if you pick up any of the items in the area, then it'll start the fight, and then you'll just die. So be sure you just go ahead and kill the flame lurker. Like, it's not that hard if you have these setups. Now, this is when the soul form comes in handy. You do not want to die in human form at all, so be sure that when you kill the armor spider and flame lurker, you die in the Nexus, because everyone knows that the Nexus doesn't have any warlord tendency, so it's free to die there and nothing happens. So now you're just gonna have to go to the Dragon God Arena, because we will need the Dragon Bone Smasher. If you do want to use the Dragon Bone Smasher, then that's totally okay. You can just pick it up right over here. Already picked it up. But if you're coming on a regular playthrough and you don't have pure white world tendency, there's a glitch that you can do, and you can put it on cinematic. Switch it from performance to cinematic. You can go right through the rubble and pick up the Dragon Bone Smasher. It's pretty insane, but it's a pretty cool glitch, because you can easily get one of the best weapons in the game. But if you're going to use the Great Axe, then we will still need this weapon for a very specific reason. City, because we will have to talk to Scrivener the Wanderer, but we will have to do it in pure white world tendency, so still for the whole time be in soul form. This is how you get your hand. I want to go to the right and not the left. Let the scale miner break the rocks and start running through. Don't worry about killing the enemies. They have a massive health pool, and yeah. Now go on these bridges and follow where I drop. It will help a lot if you have the cat ring, but since we don't have it yet, especially you get it in the Swamp of Sorrow or from patches, we're just doing this the normal way. Scrivener will be here in either pure white or pure black. You will need pure white. Now you have to have the Dragon Bone Smasher in your hand, then he will give you the first pure greystone you need for this crushing great axe. Now, farming greystones can be kind of a nightmare, but even though there are literally 6 enemies near the archstone, it's not really that bad to farm the greystones. But pure greystones, I'd say you go to pure black world tendency, because pure black world tendency, if you don't know, increases your item discovery, however it increases the damage of the enemies and bosses in the area. So yeah, and you do have to sacrifice a lot of stones of ephemeral eyes, which I had one before eventually having to go to pure black world tendency. So the fastest way to do this is that you can start kicking Scrivener this ledge, and then you can kick him off, and then it shifts your world tendency back to neutral. Or you can simply kill him, because like other NPCs, they're very weak in human form, but they're very strong when they're a black phantom. So, yeah. Now, for the Greystone farm, we'll have pure black world tendency. I just did all my farming, so I have neutral right now, but you have pure black world tendency. The knight only has 7 luck, so this isn't going to be as good, but if you pick the barbarian, you have a better chance of receiving Greystone. So anyway. There's 3 rock worms over here, but be careful, because these ones can spit lava, which is dangerous, because it makes them difficult to approach. But don't worry, they can drop Greystone chunks and Greystone shards. It's rare for them to drop pure Greystones, but like, yeah. There's 3 more over here. They're relatively easier to kill than the ones that make a flame bath. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there's basically like 6 6 swarms, it's not really that hard to get the gray stones. But like, it'll only take you like a few hours to max this out, and it's not really that bad. It's easier than farming blade stones, at least if you're going for a dex build. I'm gonna do it in pure black world tendency, and it's actually going to shift our world tendency back to neutral. If you come back to where Scrivener sits, he will appear as a black phantom. Now, if you still have him alive in your world, you will want to go for a running attack so you can cancel his regeneration. Otherwise, he'll be healing over time during the fight, and it gets pretty annoying because regeneration lasts for a while to us. You do want to exhaust his MP bar because he loves to spam his spells, Fireball and Fire Spray. Just run to the side for Fireball, and then just strafe or dodge the Fire Spray until he runs out. Then you can start going for the risky attacks, or if you went to the ritual path, you can use some soul remains to be able to take him on, and then go for some backstabs. That's recommended, but I did it the risky way. You kill him, you get the Talisman of Beasts, and your world tendency will be shifted back to neutral, which is perfect because we don't want any black phantoms here. Dragon God, which is widely considered the worst boss in the game for beginners, because the gimmick is just annoying to get down, and you'll mostly die a lot, so be sure you have that cling ring and you're in soul form. Some good armor, because you're less likely gonna have to roll any of his attacks, unless you're just dodging his attack where he grabs the bridge as you're trying to run through to get to the first ballista. But anyways, when you kill him, this fog wall will disappear, and then you will just have to go through the inner ward. You need the iron keyring. You must go through the beginning. Watching these stupid dogs, because Ubisoft always loves dogs, and we will always hate them, of course. But once you dispatch those dogs, there will be some more. If this is your first time being here, then you will just see a flame boulder. And there won't be any soldiers here, of course. He did a lot of damage. The roll attack is very smooth. It's faster than an ultra great sword. That's why I recommend the great axe more. Now, I unlocked this gate because it's a shortcut, and you have to go way later in the area to unlock this. Otherwise, you will just go through here. It's pretty straightforward for a +5 crushing great axe. If you've actually spent that much time, you have 409 AR. You will basically crush everything. But since we have this unlocked, we will go this way. Now, there will actually be an official that doesn't respawn, and he drops the official's cap, but we also need the iron keyring. So, watch my steps on where I'm going. Crush this red-eye knight. your crushing great axe. There's yet another official who doesn't respawn over here, and he drops the iron keyring. Get the iron keyring, this door, you will open the door. I highly recommend you wear the official cap, because it makes officials not fight you, and this is very important. Yet again, there is an official that doesn't respawn, but most importantly, he doesn't notice you, so you can go in for a free backstab, and then just get that R2 in, and you will get the bloody iron key when you kill him. But don't go yet, because there's a specific cell. Bjor of the Twin Fangs will sit right in here. You have to take off the official's cap to be able to talk to him, and then he will help you for the next upcoming boss. Go back to this courtyard and go through here. There'll be 2 doors you have to unlock with this key, but just follow my steps. Free stone of ephemeral eyes over here. Be sure you pick it up. But yeah. Open this door. You will be at this tower. Now you have to wear the full official set, because at the top, it will require you to wear the whole set, just to access Uria. You will need to wear the whole set. This official will let the stairs down. Like every other official, just go ahead and go for the direct backstab. And then go for the R2. It's finishing blow. Uria will be here, you have to take off the cap. And then she will be at the Nexus. Also, these 2 corpses have rings, and one of them has the ring of magical nature. The enemies in the inner ward, which there's a lot of soldiers. There's 3 red eye knights guarding the penetrator, which is our next boss. And since we rescued Bjor, the penetrator will mostly have 99% of his aggro on Bjor. Bjor is less likely to die, as you'll mostly be hitting for the penetrator. You will do pretty high chunks of damage, especially if you brought pine resin, which the penetrator has moderate amounts of fire resistance, not too much. But once you kill him, you will get the silver demon soul. Don't use the silver demon soul for a nice 36,000 souls. Instead, trade it to Uria to acquire Curse Weapon. Now this is it for the build. But how to get the Ring of Great Strength? Since there's Bjor here, you can either kill him, it's not hard NPC, or you can go to the Dragon Mount where the blue and red dragons rest. No, it's not hard to get it. Especially if you're at the gates of Boletaria before you kill the Phalanx. Wait for the red dragon to swoop fire on the bridge, and then immediately run to the Dragon Mount. And yeah, you'll see what I'm saying. There's other detailed guides showing how to get the Ring of Great Strength early. And it's a great help. It's definitely one of, if not the best rings in the game. And it's definitely worth it for that kind of heavy armor. Anyways, that's it for the build. I hope this build takes you through the entire game as either a new player or a player who's new to strength builds. This will be the build for you, and trust me, it will be pretty fun. Now, I don't care if you say this build is bad or not. I don't really care what you have. You might say the Dragon Bone Smasher is better if you're a detailed build editor. But at least we're here. This is my build. This is my weapons and armor, my rings, and my stats. It's alright. But, yeah, anyways, hope you enjoy. I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. And please like and subscribe as well.